Hey guys, welcome to another video. It's been a little while since I've done one. One of my first sit down ones with my new hair. What do you think? Kind of had to get rid of the bleach because my hair is falling out like there is no tomorrow. So I had to do something a bit more natural. What do you guys think of my new room, by the way? Am I demonstrating? I've actually put off doing this video for quite a while. Loads of you, every time I say, oh, I'm looking for video inspiration, you always ask for me to do a video on fatigue, and I was kind of putting it off like, oh, I don't really want to do one about fatigue because something like fatigue is very, very personal. What might work for me may not work for you, and so I've been very hesitant to do a video about it because I don't want to promote my ideas and have a massive backlash of people saying, sorry honey, sleeping does not work for me because... All I can do is share with you my tip. I'm not telling you that this is Bible, so before we kind of get into any little arguments about me preaching the wrong stuff, let's just rein it in, shall we? Some love. Let's have some love. So this is my video about fatigue and basically just how to deal with feeling tired all the time, which is something that is really difficult for a lot of people who have Crohn's disease, colitis, inflammatory bowel disease, and it's really quite annoying. So I've come up with 5 tips and hopefully they're not a load of rubbish. Okay, so tip number 1 is self-love. Damn it, no it's not. Tip number 1 is self-care. So basically just what self-care is just making some time for you. So if you've got inflammatory bowel disease, you'll find a lot that you're kind of feeling a little bit glass half empty a lot of the time, which is not ideal and also not great to try and live your life when most of us still have to go to work, still have a social life, still have a number of responsibilities to deal with, whilst also battling some bowel issues, which is not that fun. The most important thing is to remember to look after yourself. I think I was really guilty of that in the first kind of year and a half of having Crohn's disease. I would almost ignore it and think, no, I'm fine, you know, and just go about my life the way that I was. But actually, and this is a good tip for everyone, whether you've got Crohn's, colitis or not, you know, self-care is really, really important. It's just about finding some time for you and doing something that makes you feel good. So for me, it's rest, relax, recharge and realign. The 4 R's that I've just made up. Find some time to do something for yourself, whether it's a bit of yoga, reading a book, having a bath, doing a face mask. Just find some you time, even if it's once a week. I find that Sunday nights are a really good one to just, I say, right, after 5 PM on a Sunday, it's all about me and I'll just do my own little thing on my own little bubble, probably in my room, and it actually helps a lot. You're just taking some time away from the stress, away from all the craziness of life, having some you time. Do you know what? If self-care for you is sitting in bed, watching an episode of Friends and eating some Peshwari naan, do it, babes. That is me. I love Peshwari naan, I really do. Number 2, supplements. I think it's really important to look at how we can also naturally help ourselves. So one of the reasons why I suffer really badly with fatigue is I'm extremely anemic. Thank you Crohn's for adding that one to the list, which means that my iron levels are really low, which means I get tired quicker, blah blah blah. So what I do is I actually take a load of supplements to help restore some balance in my levels in my body. What's really important is that you look at your own blood tests and speak to your own doctor about what is right for you and what natural supplements or remedies or other stuff that I don't know about is right for you. I think there's a lot of people who think, you know, oh no, I'll just eat better, or I'll just get it through my food or through my drink or through this. I don't see anything wrong with taking natural supplements because at the end of the day, if you need to boost something up, just boost it up. Otherwise, you're cutting your nose off to spite your face. And I don't know anyone who looks too pretty without a nose. Number 3. Avoid burnout. If you're like me, you are really bad at saying no and you're a bit of a yes person. So people could invite me to something that I really don't want to do, watching the football in the rain, and I'll probably say, yeah, I would love to. I really can't think of anything better. I am just a yes person because I hate feeling like I'm missing out and I don't want to let people down. I'm a chronic people pleaser, which is actually not a great trait. What that means is that you're saying yes to a million plans, and before you know it, you've got plans every morning, every lunchtime, every evening, whilst balancing a job, whilst also trying to walk your dog. Oh, I wish I had a dog. What is important is to learn when to say no and when to focus on yourself. I think a lot of people with a chronic illness feel guilty about turning things down because it makes them look like they're a bit flaky or, oh, she's just sick again. But actually, no, it's okay for everyone to say no to things that they don't want to do, or not even if they don't want to do them, if they do want to do them, but know that actually it's for the best for you to say no. For example, this entire weekend is my pre-birthday weekend, so my birthday is tomorrow and I had plans Friday night, Saturday day, Saturday night, and today I meant to be going for brunch, but I'm sat here in my room. I basically haven't left my house since Friday evening, and that's because I feel desperately unwell. And so yes, I would have have loved to have gone to the gig on Friday night. I would have loved to have gone out for dinner last night, and I would love to be at brunch right now. But in the long run, looking at the week that I've got ahead, looking at what I've got on, it's better for me to have said no and to turn down all those plans and focus on myself, get myself better, rest, look after myself, and then next week I'll be in a much better place. So it's really important to avoid burnout and to look after yourself. Know when to say no. So many no's. Don't like being negative, but sometimes you gotta say no. Number 4, movement. Now that word sometimes makes me feel a bit eesh. I'm not a gym bunny. I don't love exercise. It's just not very me. Every time I do work out, just very rarely, I have to really force myself to do it. It's not... Ooh, my notebook. I actually have notes now. Professional. It's not something I love doing. However, when you're feeling really tired, sometimes the only thing you want to do is just to lie down, laze around, stay in your pajamas. But there is something to be said about how gentle exercise can actually increase your mood and also help diminish that lethargic feeling. I'm not telling you to go out and run a marathon, you know, just because it might make you feel better. But, you know, you could go for a walk, you could do a little class, you could even go on a small run. I love how I literally know no other ways to exercise. I'm sure there's many. You tell me what you do that helps. This point is very short because I know not a lot about movement, but if you're feeling fatigued, instead of kind of wallowing sometimes, and that is important, you know, you've got to balance the avoid burnout with the movement one. Sometimes it is actually good to just get out. Get out, move your body a little bit, and you will probably feel a lot better. Number 5 is evaluate your diet. Now, I am not trained in nutrition or dietitian or anything ending in shun. I'm not really trained in anything at all, but what I have looked at myself is how changing your diet can massively affect not only your mood but the way that you feel, in terms of especially feeling sluggish, feeling tired. For example, refined sugars are so notorious for giving you that instant high but then having that massive crash and burn effect. What was that song? Crash and burn at your feet. Is it Busted? I'm not a singer, but if anyone would like to hire me. Try and make sure you're getting enough, you know, fruits, veggies, yada yada, and also look at the way that you're eating. I always find that, you know, breads, I love bread, I'm not gluten intolerant, so I can eat them and it's great. But when I'm at work and I have a big lunch that's heavy and very carb heavy and full of bread and deliciousness, by about 2 p.m, 3 p.m, I have a massive slump. I'm feeling awful, I'm feeling tired. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm gonna pass out at my desk. So what is important is to look at your diet. What you're putting into your body obviously affects how you feel. If you put diesel into a petrol car, it's not going to work. So if you're putting stuff into your body that actually isn't very good for you, you're not going to work, you're not going to feel very good. So in your own way, find out what foods are good for you, maybe what your trigger foods are, and actually what might help you in the long run to feel good and to feel less tired. So yeah, those are my 5 tips on how to deal with the slump and to feel kind of sluggish and tired. Fatigue is one of those things that everyone in life gets, but people with a chronic illness feel 10 times worse, and it's a tough one, it really is. I'm also sweating because I'm so ill. Actually, it's my natural glow. So yeah, I hope these tips on how to not stop, but at least reduce feeling tired all the time. Maybe just one of them resonates with you, but if you've just got one, done my job and it's fine. So yeah, check out my Instagram and my blog, and I will post another video soon. I can't wink, but thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.